Well, as the country continues to commemorate Human Rights Day, let's take you live now to Isipingo, where more than 300 people have been living in a transit camp since 2009. Their homes were demolished in preparation for the 2010 FIFA World Cup. New housing projects by the eThekwini municipality are expected to be completed in June. Our reporter Nobuhle Modise is there. She joins us live this morning. And Nobuhle, good morning. It's great to see you. It's one of those stories that on this Human Rights Day in particular leaves a bitter taste.
Indeed, it does leave a bitter taste, Michelle. As a journalist, I've been to this transit camp in 2014, and it's quite sad to see that I return in 2023 and residents are still living here and in these kind of living conditions. I just want to give you a feel of what this place looks like. So behind me are these asbestos structures that the residents of the Isipingo transit camp were put into after their homes were demolished in 2009 in preparation for that FIFA World Cup in 2010. Now, these structures were what they were put in, and they were supposed to stay here for about 6 to 18 months, but that never happened, and they've been here ever since. Now, because you know that this is an asbestos structure, it comes with a lot of health issues. I know when I spoke to some families in 2014, some had lost their loved ones because of these asbestos structures. Also, there's also a glass recycling company here, as well as a scrapyard, and things get burnt there on the daily, so that too is a health hazard as well. On top of that, the ablution services are also, they're not okay for people to live in, and these are the kind of situations that people here live in. I want to bring in a resident, Usizamile Sosibo, who was one of the people who were moved here in 2009, and her home was demolished, and she was promised a house, and that never happened. We know that there is now the Kanku housing project that is being facilitated by the eThekwini municipality, and that is supposed to be completed around June, but up until then that project did start in 2020. But the issue here is that these people were moved in 2009 with the hopes of being moved 18 months after, and only at the end of June will they be moving into that new housing project. Like I said, I'm bringing in Usizanele Sosibo to just speak to us, Zamile, to speak to us about, how she arrived here, how she got here, and what the living conditions are like. Siyabonga kakhulu Usizamile. Ngicela ungichazele ekuqaleni wafika nini la wafika kanjani?
Ngafika la ngo-2009 siphuma eMlazi kwakulungiselelwa i-2010 FIFA World Cup, and then sisukile sase siyathenjiswa 9 months for ukuthi sihlale la kula ma temporal houses, and then ke lokho kwankenzeka-ke njengoba sisahleli namanje.
Manje njengoba nihlala la siyabona ukuthi akusindawo elungile ukuthi abantu bangahlala kuyona. Ngicela usichazele ukuthi ama conditions enihlala kuwo anjani.
Indawo njengasihlala kuyona uyayibona njengamanje kukhulile kunehlathi, isimo sakhona asikho sihle njengoba uyabona nalaphansi sisebenzisa ugesi wezinyokanyoka, and then kunale tower le ababechazile ukuthi akulungele ukuthi ugesi ube khona o la eduze nezindlu, and then la kunomgaqo esiwela kuona abantu abaningi sebedlulile inxa yawo ngoba ayikho kahle indlela yokuwela ehamba abantu bezinyawo sesinqamule khona kumgaqo, and then nawo ugesi futhi sinabantu abaningi asebebulawa yiwona.
Before ngizokubuza umbuzo olandelayo uthi ngibachazele nje emakhaya ukuthi usuthini. So Michelle, what she's saying here is that one of the issues that they have are illegal electricity connection, and this place is next to a swamp, so there's illegal electricity lines that are running here, and that's a hazard, especially for the kids that are running around here. On top of that, there's a main road which she says a lot of people have died trying to cross because there is no other way to leave the area. On top of that, she's also speaking about the ablution services, and she's just mentioning, just some of the conditions that they are living in. I also want to ask her about that Kanku housing project that has been started by the eThekwini municipality that started in 2020, and how they feel about that particular project. So siyazi manje ukuthi sekunale project le yezindlu zeni sezafika egcineni, nizizwa kanjani ngale project nakhona ifike kanjani?
So inkangu road besile siya ke emgaqweni siya kwaze kwatholakala indawo ukuthi basakhele khona la iproject ke laba sithembise yona yinhle kakhulu futhi siyakwazi ukuthi siyobona and then sinethemba elikhulu ukuthi sonke sizoya khona ngoba izindlu ezakhiwe khona zo 360 and then ama beneficiary akhona la njengamanje awu 360 abantu abawu 357 sebe approvile lokho kuyasijabulisa and then sithenjiswe ukuthi sizohamba sonke umkhandlu ufikile Friday wasichazela ukuthi bonke abantu bayahamba and then inhloso yabo ukuthi bawadilize wonke lamathini kungabibikho umuntu osalayo ngoba kulawa awu 3 asele abanye abantu esihlala nabo sinsingise ekomidini sinenkinga ke eziba khona abanye bangathanda ukuthi baphumelele ngendlela efanayo neyabanye so bebesanxenxwa ke nabo ukuthi bagcine bevumile ukusayina ukuze wonke lo 360 wama beneficiary uhambe uye kunkango.
Ngiyabonga kakhulu. That is Zamila Sosibo, who is a resident here, and she's just explaining that they are confident that that new housing project will be a success and that they will be moved from here into those homes. She says the reason why that project initially started was because they were going onto the road protesting, and that's how that project came about. But we will be spending the rest of the day here, and I will be able to show you as well, more of this place so you can see the kind of conditions that the people here are living in. Back to you, Michelle.
Nobuhle, before we let you go, 14 years after people there were moved into what was meant to be the transit camp, what is the official line on why that housing project has taken so long?
When I spoke to Zamila earlier, what she was explaining to me was that she understood some of the delays that took place, and those are only delays that started after they started fighting for housing. But up until then, they were just getting promised homes, and nothing was never really done by different departments. And you will remember that in the province, whenever there was a change in leadership, then new people would come up and promise them new things, and that is what has caused the delay. So she's saying that they are now confident with the new dispensation here in the province that they will indeed keep their promise that they will be given those houses. But throughout the years, the other issue was, like I said, the issue of different leadership coming into the fold. And other than that, they were just getting empty promises all throughout. And only 14 years later, they are now going to officially move into those houses in June.
Let's hope that does happen as it's been promised. Nobuhle Modise, let me thank you for that update. She's live to us there in Isipingo.